As Lexi mentioned, fans in Jurassic Park had to brave the rain as they watched Game 1 on the big screen. And with all this wet weather comes a drop in temperature. So let's bring in our weather specialist, Noor Afat. Noor, what can we expect in the days ahead?
Hey, thanks very much, Kevin. Yeah, that's right. Heartbreak on two fronts tonight. On one hand, we're grappling with the lack of sunshine after a spectacular Friday just yesterday. And on the other hand, we are dealing with the incoming cooler air that will replace these upper teens into single digits. 16 degrees just now outside the Toronto airport. Some ominous cloud cover has been with us throughout the last few hours. The rain in this forecast has meant a lot more for northern, central, eastern parts of Ontario and even into our friends in Cottage Country. We saw all of that flooding in Manitoulin, areas like Bracebridge, so much infrastructure underwater, all the way into Peterborough with the rising water levels of the Trent-Severn waterway. The flood risk exacerbated with this next round of rain that we saw today because of the lack of ability of the ground to absorb some of that rain because it's already been saturated. So this has been quite the scene for many community members, and we continue to deal with that risk heading into eastern Ontario in the next few hours. The good news is the rain is on its way out. The bad news is the trade-off will be the cold front, which we're quite literally seeing unfold hour by hour, and we're seeing it replace that warm air with cooler air. 3 degrees in Wyerton, 10 in London. Soon enough, single digits in store for them and for the GTHA as well. So the rain is moving west to east. Heavy rain later into Kingston, Ottawa this evening. I hear we've got some lovely viewers joining us from Brooklyn, Ontario. Stefan and his family, thank you so much for your viewership. We expect a chance of drizzle later this evening for your community, but mostly dry conditions. Sunday morning, sunshine for large parts of southern and eastern Ontario, but not all the way dry. Rain and yes, wet snow in the forecast, guys. Wait until you see the temperatures on Monday. And before I start getting emails, not my fault, didn't ask for this, don't have the ability to change this, but what I can tell you is that we have some good news. After we see those drops in temperatures tomorrow and into your Monday, a return to above average, even low 20s is expected for large parts of southern Ontario. And if you want to find out when that's going to happen, stick around for the full forecast. For now, Kevin, I'll send it back to you.
Thanks, Noor. Luckily for those runners, wet weather, well, it held off until after the 10K, but parts of the GTA still got some heavy rainfall. Here's a look at Wellesley and Bay Street. The roads are still wet out there, but thankfully, it seems the worst of the rain is behind us. And now we'll bring in our Noor Afat for our weather. You know, when we say seems like it's behind us, like sometimes you can bring on some bad luck there.
Sometimes, Kevin. Yeah. Jinxing it certainly is something that we're used to in the GTHA. For now, I can say the good news is it looks like the worst is behind us indeed. So the next few days, drier conditions, not all the way dry, but drier conditions heading our way. Along with that, some sunshine, but there's a temperature turn-up we're expecting. Let's have a look at all that. Well, we can look to the jet stream for a hint of where some of the cooler conditions are in the country. This is what we call a trough, and that's when cooler air expands, start to dip further south, and that is where we find our minus single digits. Manitoba, -1 in Winnipeg, 8 in Calgary. Soon enough, that cold air will catch up to the GTHA, and it will bring us down to a high of 6 degrees come tomorrow, maybe even 7. And along with that, some shower activity on and off, gusting winds up to 45 kilometers an hour. So it's going to be an interesting time as we grapple with that cool air. The good news being shaking off all of that rain that has been such a concern, as we mentioned, for many parts of Cottage Country up towards northern Ontario and into the east as well. So the sunshine in the forecast will be coming in bursts heading into the next few days, including tomorrow. There is that chance for showers and wet snow into the afternoon and evening. Monday rolls around. Lake-enhanced flurries could be possible. Yes, so far into the spring, we're still seeing this activity. It won't be without the chance of sunshine, and that continues into your afternoon. Tuesday, very similar story. Some sunny breaks expected, not all the way, not wall-to-wall sunshine, but certainly the chance of wet flurries and some shower activity closer to eastern Ontario as we head into the Ottawa region by the afternoon. Now, we could expect around an additional 20 millimeters or so of rain heading into areas like Kingston later this evening, but again, drier conditions as you head into tomorrow. The temperatures, 7 London, Fort Erie, Toronto, Kingston, a popular number over there, 3 in Wyerton for that high. Our friends in Mississauga, Vaughan, 7 degrees for you as well, 8 in Hamilton. When do we bounce back? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Take a look at a wonderful start to the weekend, but it comes with that price of a high of 3 degrees on Monday, -3 for that overnight low.
He mentioned fans in Jurassic Park had to brave the rain as they watched Game 1 on the big screen. And with all this wet weather comes a drop in temperature. So let's bring in our weather specialist, Noor Afat. Noor, what can we expect in the days ahead?
Hey, thanks very much, Kevin. Saying goodbye to our two favorite things, unfortunately, sunshine and warm temperatures. At least the good thing about this is that we're going to do it gradually. Today, no sunshine to be found into the afternoon. Tomorrow, no double digits to be found into the afternoon. 9 degrees just now outside the Toronto airport. We continue to cool down heading into the next few hours. Rain has been a big part of our forecast the past few days, and that has been a big problem for many in Cottage Country, Northern Ontario, Central Ontario, and into the east. We saw a lot of infrastructure submerged underwater in areas like North Bay, like Manitoulin, Bracebridge, even all the way into Peterborough, where we were seeing that flood risk rise with the rising levels of the Trent-Severn waterway. Now, the rain today exacerbating that situation because the ground is so saturated, our ability to absorb that water is impacted. The good news is it is on its way out, and we're in for drier conditions heading into the next few days, but unfortunately that system brought on a cold front, and with it we're starting to see it unfold hour by hour, replacing that warm air with cooler temperatures, and along with that we will say goodbye to those 20s, 19s and 18s and replace them with some single-digit highs come tomorrow. There's beautiful sunshine early in the morning, but it's not going to be an overall 100% dry day, so there's a chance to see some shower activity, even some wet snow and mixed precipitation as you head towards areas like Peterborough, like Tweed, and then into the evening. Even some mixing could be possible for parts of the GTHA the further north you head from Lake Ontario. Toronto, some showers will be taking place into the afternoon. 6 degrees, your high, down from those upper teens. Don't worry, we will bounce back eventually. I'll tell you when in the full forecast. For now, back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, Noor. All right, Sky Tracker forecast with our Noor Afat. And Noor, it's been a pretty rainy spring, and that's maybe led to some concern about water levels, eh?
Yeah, a big concern in especially Ontario and Quebec, Kevin. But of course, as we head into the east, that rain on the way, also a concern when it comes to how much our ground can take as it's already saturated. Now, that is going to be a topic that we're going to talk about for the next few days. Also something to talk about, a drop in those temperatures. Let's have a look. Well, if you look at the jet stream, we have an idea of where some of that cold air is situated and where it's headed. Manitoba, Northern Ontario, shifting further east as we start to feel the difference tomorrow and into eastern parts of the country in the coming days. Your high tomorrow in Toronto, 6 or 7 degrees. That's a big jump, or a big dip, I should say, from those double digits and low 20s that we saw earlier in the day today. Dealing with some shower activity as well, but a whole lot drier than what we dealt with today. The sunshine will be there, especially in the morning for southwestern sections of the province, large parts of the Golden Horseshoe. As the day progresses, not 100% dry, as we mentioned. So the showers are there in the GTHA, Southern Ontario. Wet snow could be possible, or mixed precipitation around the Bancroft region. Some mixing also into the evening in the GTHA. The further north you head, showers potentially for the Toronto Harbour front. And then as you head into your Monday and Tuesday, beautiful sunny breaks are in store. But again, it won't be 100% dry, so there could be some lake effect flurries into Monday morning, possibly around the Waterloo region into Barrie. May not affect the Toronto region, but as we head into your Tuesday, those flurries will die down. Better chance to see drier conditions. Now, unfortunately, as we dip in those temperatures tomorrow, we're going to get even colder heading into your Monday before we start to see a pretty incredible rebound. 7 degrees in Mississauga, Pickering, 8 Oshawa, 5 in Barrie, and 6 in Guelph. 4 degrees for your Monday. A cold overnight and early morning, -3 degrees. Still quite cold early into your Tuesday, but those double digits return quite strong, and by Thursday, 21 degrees. Friday looking also incredible with some sunshine, and we get a nice stretch of that before we start to see some shower activity Saturday.